scriptures, meditating on scriptures, meditating on scriptures, meditating on scriptures, precept upon precept, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, line upon line, here a little and there a little, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, precept upon precept, line upon line, meditating on scriptures. U.P.K. they with you. Right now, the man will split you. You gon' cry cause you soft like tissue. Crooked ass got more than it. My whole family can't stand it. My so-called fans of the world, they hate it in and out cause I'm doing a command. I'm like a bird. See us on the corner. To the word, I'm a preacher, prophet of the I.S.U.P.K. Home of the truth, you do what you heard. I roll with the crew. I'm up the Duke with the OG with the F.
There it is. Church with the foresight, but I'm on the path, takes every dime. The white man is the enemy, is my rival. He say God love everybody, but that ain't in the Bible. Meditating in the scriptures is so vital. I love the children of Israel, so I go keep it tribal. Meditating in scriptures, meditating in scriptures, meditating in scriptures, meditating in scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Israelite, my bloodline. It's all about my pedigree, my heritage, my lineage. Ain't no devil get next to me. I'm coming down, I'm swinging on holes. I'm in the corner, I'm still on holes. I'm like a centerfold. I'm an Israelite, and I know I'm chose. Coming through that board of blue, preacher swinging in the air on you. Got the shield today, and I know you saw him on the pulpit of wood in the book of the law. The devils ain't mess with nothing. Don't watch your business, keep stepping. U.P.K. is the only way, and that brotherhood is a weapon. My brothers is speaking at camp. Holy Shabbat like a shit. Complete Israelites, they cannot compete. They tuck and they tail, they run and they bend. Take a lot of courage to do what we do. That is the difference between me and you. I feel the most high and the justice for breaking the law, my nigga. So what about you? I don't give a damn about no heathens. I ain't gotta give you no reasons, enemies, they devils, they demons, they hell with them, I never pledge no allegiance. I ain't gon' front, I ain't shit, won't quit, already go to the most high. Lasha one with dash for rock, die, how shine. Meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures, meditating them scriptures. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Here a little and there a little, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line. Precept upon precept, line upon line.
All right. Shalom, Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of the mighty Commanding General Yohanan, the only man fit and ordained to teach and wake up the lost 12 tribes of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans alive today on planet Earth, man, the year 2021, man. I'm Priest and Officer Razana Yash. We also have Priest and Officer Naqual holding the class down today. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? Here in the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, we as priests and prophets, we teach from the Bible, man, the King James Version of the Bible. We don't add anything to our scriptures when we teach, and we don't take nothing from it. We do not teach our own opinions. You know what I'm saying? We do not provide any private interpretations. Just so y'all know, the I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. You know what I'm saying? At us as priests and prophets, we take our profession seriously. You know what I'm saying? We are ordained and anointed to teach the scriptures to the lost sheep, the lost 12 tribes of Israel, the God of the Bible, man, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are just now tuning in, like we always say at the beginning of every class, if you want to follow along, we suggest, in fact, I'll even go further and say this is an order, you know what I'm saying? As a priest and officer of 50, if you want to follow class, you need to start with the Israelite starter kit, man. And that would be contained the 1611 King James Version of the Bible, which is the only translation of the Bible which is translated directly from the ancient Hebrew, which is our native tongue, so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And as well, get you a copy of the Apocrypha, which is a selection of books between the Old and the New Testament, man. Our oppressors, those in the Catholic Church, deliberately had these sections of books removed from the Bible, man, because they don't want us to know about our history, man, and our truth, and our God, man. So the Apocrypha, like I said, is between the Old and the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? Both the Apocrypha and the King James Version of the Bible are our records of Israel. And they're our holy records, man. Holy means separate. These are a separate set of records only meant for a certain set of people, man. And as priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, we teach from these scriptures, man. But so-called Blacks and so-called Latinos and so-called Native Americans, y'all are our portion, man. Y'all are the ones who are our audience, man. We're only out here trying to teach you up, trying to teach you and wake you up and bring you back home. Bring you back to the home of the truth, man, here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. And as well, to accompany your Israelite starter kit, we suggest you pick up a copy of the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. We make a lot of references to the definitions in this book. They're pretty legit. And with that being said, you know what I'm saying, this is Tuesday's Brotherhood class. The title of today's class is the I.S.U.P.K is the only sanctuary for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This is the home of the truth. This is where you're gonna find out about your culture, man. A lot of y'all are out there, you know, moving and shaking in the world, you know what I'm saying, living living any kind of way you want. But really, you're living the ways of the oppressor, man. You're living the ways of the people in the world who have no moral compass, man. The I.S.U.P.K is priests and prophets. We teach from the scriptures, and the scriptures are the blueprint for Israelite culture, man. You know what I'm saying? So-called Blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native American peoples, man, brothers and sisters, y'all are the most highest portion, man. The Most High only gives a damn about the nation of Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? He loves us so much that he's given us a lasting written record to go back to reference to. So we're giving you no excuses to learn these scriptures, man. As priests and prophets, we're coming after you, man, because we want to wake you up. The doors to the Christian church have been closed, man, for over a year since the pandemic popped off, man. But the doors to the I.S.U.P.K, to the school, the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, we've been open 24/7, 365, man. You know what I'm saying? We're calling the lost sheep of Israel home, man. You know what I'm saying? Your Christian preachers and pastors are nowhere to be seen, man, but yet they're still asking for tithes, man. They're still asking for your money, man, so they can live their selfish lifestyle and keep their jets running, man. So they can continue to drive around in their fancy cars and wear fancy clothes. So for what? Who are they trying to impress, man? They're not leading anybody, man. The Christian church, the Catholic church, is the house of lies, man. There's no life in there, man. You're only going to learn how to be sinful, how to live a carnal lifestyle, man.
Right.
But if you're tuning into class, or if you're listening to this class after the fact, after we've gone, you know, off air, no longer live, you know what I'm saying, do your nation a favor, do yourself a favor, like, subscribe, and share this class on as many different social media platforms as possible, man. You know what I'm saying? We're giving you no excuse, Israel. You know what I'm saying? We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, man. We're on Clubhouse, man. We're out here moving it, you know what I'm saying? We're waking up our people. And us as priests and prophets, and I'll speak for, you know what I'm saying, I.S.U.P.K Austin, man, our zone, you know what I'm saying? Myself, Officer Malakati, Officer Tamaki, Officer Nakwa. We're out here in these streets, in these public parks, at H-E-B, at Chicano Park, man, at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? We're waking up our people. We're on 6th Street, man. We're out here in person, man. As us priests and prophets, you know what I'm saying? We're approachable. We want you to come and ask us questions, man. We're the only ones who are going to wake you up, man. And just like I said from the title of today's class, the I.S.U.P.K is the only sanctuary for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Officer Naquan, if you could, you know what I'm saying? I want to just to emphasize, I guess to give more clarity on the definition of sanctuary. If you could, just pull up that definition before we start class.
Con, all right. So this is the definition for a sanctuary. Sanctuary, relating to the conditions that affect hygiene and health, especially the supply of sewage facilities and drinking water. So like I'm going down to the go to another one.
Go ahead and give me the Google definition. You don't got it. I got it. Short and simple.
Yeah, common concept.
No sweat. I got you. No sweat. But check this out. The definition of sanctuary is short and sweet. It's self-explanatory, man. You don't have to dig deep into it, man. The Christian church is not the sanctuary. It's not the safe haven for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. If it's not painfully obvious, look at the conditions that we're living in now in 2021. But the definition of sanctuary is a place of refuge or safety. You know what I'm saying? Us as priests and prophets in the brotherhood and sisterhood and I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? This is the home of the truth, man. We live a righteous lifestyle. We practice what we preach, man. And everything that we practice, we teach. And it comes from the Bible, man. The 1611 King James Version of the Bible, man. We have plenty of opportunities where we come together as Israel in the I.S.U.P.K during our cookouts, during our feast days, man. And your wife and your children are safe amongst us, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, anybody getting kidnapped or anybody getting molested, man. Anybody getting taken advantage of, man. But that's not how we roll, man. That's not how Israel is supposed to roll like that, man. Our lifestyle is a lifestyle of righteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? We live clean, we live righteously, we walk in the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? And the Most High gives a damn about us so much that He's given us an actual dietary law, which is in the Bible, man. The Most High has given us the directive what we can and cannot eat. You know what I'm saying? You can find that in the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, man. Pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster is not on the menu for you, Israel. Let the other heathens do whatever the hell they want to do. Eat whatever they want. Have sex with whatever the hell they want, man. They can believe and do as they please. But not you, Israel. You are held accountable for following the law, statutes, and commandments, man, which are written in the Bible. And us as priests and prophets, we bring it out every day to wake you up, to remind you of your culture, man. But now that we got that, the definition of sanctuary spelled out, let's get into this article. The title of today's article is Black Men Healing Conference Focuses on Accountability. And this article came out 3 weeks ago, June 21st, 2021. You know what I'm saying? When we pull out these articles, we try to keep them, you know what I'm saying, within the 2 week span so that they're more relevant. But as I was reading, I came across this article, and as I was reading it, there were a few key words that triggered something in myself, to where I realized nowadays with the pandemic going on and all the racial injustice being brought to the forefront, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're looking for a refuge. We're looking for that sanctuary. We're looking for answers as to why we are in the conditions that we're in, and we're looking for solutions. You know what I'm saying? We're looking for solutions in all the wrong places. What's eventually going to come to light is that the priests and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K are the only ones who give a damn and have a righteous moral compass for our people, man. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures are what we have to stand on and to build on. You know what I'm saying? We don't just, as priests and prophets, we don't just, you know, tell you what to do. We put things into practice, man. There are 613 laws, statutes, and commandments that we put into practice every day, man. And we'll teach you and show you. It's a lot. But on that, if I could, let me start off with Officer Naquan on the first paragraph of the article for today's class.
All right. Con, sir. So it's Black Men Healing Conference Focuses on Accountability.
Keep on.
Hold on, real quick. And that word accountability, man. That's another what's the word? That's what we have here in the I.S.U.P.K. as brothers and sisters. In the brotherhood and sisterhood, we have accountability, man. You know what I'm saying? We look after our own. We look after our own righteously, man. And we judge our people, and we apply that same judgment on us. We are held accountable as priests and prophets. And you brothers and sisters in Israel, you have to hold each other accountable. You have to have a benchmark or a compass, man, a record. And that's what we hold our people accountable, because the Most High holds us accountable to live by the law, statutes, and commandments which are written in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't live any way you want in the truth, man. We're gonna hold you up to the light of the scriptures, man, to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? If you live in foul, if someone's questioning what you're doing, you're gonna be brought to counsel, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you're brought to counsel, it's not to beat you down or to prove that you're wrong or you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? In a nutshell, counsel is the only way you can show true love for your people, man. When you sit them down and correct them and say, this is what you're doing. This is how you're supposed to be living according to the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not Christians here in the I.S.U.P.K. We are not a religion. We are a school. You know what I'm saying? And just like any classroom, if you want to learn anything, you have to learn to keep your mouth shut and raise your hand when you have questions, man. And we invite questions, man. We encourage you to ask us questions, both on how to live as an Israelite and especially on scriptures, man. Because here in the I.S.U.P.K, the priests and prophets are going to give you the scripture breakdown. But all these other Hebrew Israelites groups, which we're not affiliated with, they're going to give you the scripture breakdowns, man. And they only get their credibility based on what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? We are the original. We are the home of the truth. We are no cowards in this school, man. You know what I'm saying? We hold you accountable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you learn, that we teach you, you were held accountable for knowing it too. You know what I'm saying? The Most High sees how you're living, man, whether whether another brother sees it or not. You know what I'm saying? That's what in the scripture say, that's what Jacob's ladder is, man. Jacob's ladder is, you know what I'm saying, metaphorically speaking, it's like a 24-hour surveillance, man. You can't hide nothing from the Most High, man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be held accountable on the day of judgment, man. So if you want to learn how to live right, how to live righteously, you know what I'm saying, and seek true salvation, stay in the I.S.U.P.K, man. Check in regularly into classes, man. I went off on a tangent. So the title of today's article, one more time, is Black Men Healing Conference focuses on accountability. Right. If you could, sir, start off with the first paragraph, the 13th annual community, sir.
All right, Con. So it says, the 13th annual community empowerment through Black Men Healing Conference convenes virtually this week on June 24th and 25th, 2021. The theme this year is the new normal. The conference takes an in-depth look at what the new normal could mean for the Black community.
Hey man, on that note right there, everyone's been talking about the new normal ever since that pandemic popped off last year, man. Everyone's waiting for everybody to be vaccinated so that the COVID-19 is no longer a threat. You know what I'm saying? So we can go back to normal, man. The Most High in Christ, man. I pray we don't go back to the normal, man. The world is crumbling. The oppressor, the white man, his kingdom is disintegrating before everybody's eyes, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go back to the new normal, man. The new normal is when Christ comes back, man. The new normal is when Israel is in rulership over the whole planet Earth, over all the nations, man. And everybody has no choice but to live a lifestyle of righteousness, man. Right. A true moral compass, which is backed up by these scriptures, man, which has been written, man. You know what I'm saying? We are not heathens out here. We don't act like heathens. We don't eat whatever the hell we want, man. We're not out here practicing Islam, smoking weed, practicing Buddhism. You know what I'm saying? We follow a righteous lifestyle, which is dictated in the scriptures, man. Right. We're not out here freestyling, man. We're not out here doing whatever the hell we want. You know what I'm saying? As a priest and prophet, you know what I'm saying? Like I said before, we take this office seriously, man. I could be doing anything that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying, on Tuesday night, but I'm here sitting down and teaching my people to wake y'all up because we give a damn, man. Right. The doors to the Christian church are closed, but here at I.S.U.P.K, we're teaching our people, man. You know what I'm saying? But in the article, they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, Then want to do an in-depth look of what the new normal is, man. But for Blacks, Hispanics, for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in the world, for those who are not in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? I want to make it clear that the I.S.U.P.K is the new normal, man.
Right.
This is the doorway to the new normal for Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? So-called Blacks, so-called Latinos, so-called Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna come a time when you realize, you know what I'm saying, there has to be a true and narrow way. There has to be an actual answer.
Right.
To why we're living in hell, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Hell's not a place you go to in the afterlife, you know what I'm saying, filled with fire, man. We are living in the conditions of hell right now, man.
Right.
This is hell. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to pull you up out of that, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, you're living in the world. If you have a problem with what we teach, trying to wake up our people, then that makes you an enemy to the school, man. That makes you an enemy of God, man. We're gonna back that up right now, man. But like I said, if you're not in the I.S.U.P.K, then you are living in the world. And what we'll teach you in the school, man, is that the world is not everybody. When you're reading the scriptures, you got to use wisdom. You have to use understanding. You have to read the scriptures within context, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When we make a reference to the world, we're talking about an age or society. You know what I'm saying? In some instances, maybe the world is talking about the planet Earth, man. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna back up what I'm saying now just to make it clear with some scriptures, man. The world is an age or society. When I think of the world, this is a good example. You have different genres of music. You know what I'm saying? You have the world of rap.
That's right.
You have the world of hip hop. You have the world of Tejano. It's the world of electronic music, the world of soul music, neo soul. You know what I'm saying? Country music, which by the way, the black man invented. You have the world of blues. You know what I'm saying? You have all these different worlds that make up, you know what I'm saying, the genres of music. I even go a step further in reference to, different types of food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have the world of soul food, the world of Chinese food, which I stay away from, far away from now.
Right.
You have the world of Indian food, the world of Mexican food, Mediterranean food. You know what I'm saying? These are all types of food, but they're all, you know what I'm saying, considered one big world, man.
Right.
Here in the I.S.U.P.K, as priests and prophets, we are only targeting and trying to wake up a specific world, and that's the world of Israel, the world of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And the scriptures are only referencing that world. The Bible does not belong to any other nation for you, Israel. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. The Bible is only meant to be taught and interpreted to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I could have give me Psalms chapter 90 and verse 2.
Okay, Khan.
Like I said, real quick, just you know what I'm saying, in case any of y'all forgot. Pardon me if I may repeat myself, but I just want to make it clear about what the world means, man. It's either age or society.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right, Khan. So this is the book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world.
Hold on. Right. Wherever thou hast formed the earth and the world, man. I'm saying the earth and the world, those are two separate words in the same scripture, man.
Right.
You have to sit there and ask yourself, so what does that mean, man? Just like we brought out at the Officer Wanyala's song at the intro of the class, man. We teach precept upon precept, line upon line, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want to drive the point home. We want to make sure you understand Israel. As ordained priests and prophets, we're going to spell out what these scriptures really mean, man. For before the mountains were brought forth, this is Psalms 90, verse 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, forever thou hast formed the earth and the world, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? From there, from just from this scripture, you have to understand that the earth and the world are two separate references, man. They're two different definitions, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, and to help you drive it home, like if I wanted to grow an actual orange tree, I would need a seed. You know what I'm saying? If I actually wanted to plant a seed to produce more oranges, let me ask you a question, Israel. Would I plant that seed in the earth, or would I plant that seed in the world? You know what I'm saying? There's a difference, man. There's a differentiation between what the world means, man. Before the mountains were brought forth. And go ahead and finish that. So like,
it's 12. It says,
start from the top.
Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hadst formed the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God.
Thou art God, man. Most High is over all the world, man. He's over all the genres of music. He's over all the different types of food, man. He's over all the nations on the planet Earth, man. The Most High is over all the worlds on the planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Israel, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the world, y'all the only, like I say, when you have a child and you say, my child is the world to me, Israel, you are the world to the Most High, man. You are the most highest portion, man. The lost sheep of the house of the nation of Israel. And if I could go back to, if you could give me 1 John 2 and 15.
Con.
We're going to bring out 1 John 2 and 15 just to better define what we mean by the world, man.
All right. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? Israel, you have to love the Most High and your scriptures and your brothers and sisters of your nation, man. You can't be out here loving all these other heathen nations, man. Practicing what they practice, living their lifestyle, eating whatever the hell they want to eat, man. We're given a directive, man. We're given a culture, man. We're given a blueprint. We are given a moral compass of how to live, man. We're not out here trying to blend in with the world. You know what I'm saying? All these other nations, we live on the planet Earth, man. But there are different worlds, man. There's different lifestyles, man. We're not given that option to live other lifestyles. And if we do, man, we're not choosing life, which means we're not choosing we're not choosing the scriptures. Or if we're not choosing the law, statutes, and commandments, then we're not choosing life. We're choosing death, man.
Right.
Out there in the world is a dead end lifestyle, man. Emphasis on dead, man. It's a dead end lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not something you want to gamble with, man. Stick to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Stay in class, man. You need a priest, an officer, a prophet in your corner, man. You know what I'm saying? We are fully capable of policing our own. We don't need the help of the oppressor and all these other nations and all these other programs set forth to dictate how we should live our lives, man. And I.S.U.P.K, we want you to come home, man. We teach from the inside out. We teach from the scriptures out, man. That's what I'm saying. 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. Don't envy and seek the treasures and the prestige of what these other people in the world are living, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't aspire to be like the oppressor, like the Chinese man, like the Arab man, man. You know what I'm saying? They're living foul, man, and everything that they built is being decimated, is dissolving before everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take much to look on TV and see that the world is crumbling, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but love not the world, neither the things that are in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna come to naught eventually, man. But these scriptures ain't gonna go away, man. The Most High is the God of Israel and the God of the universe, from everlasting to everlasting, man.
Right.
If you could finish the verse of 1 John 2:15, sir.
Con. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
The love of the Father is not in you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're cutting corners, you're half-stepping. You know what I'm saying? You have one foot in the truth and one foot in the world. You know what I'm saying? A brother that lives that type of life, you can't be trusted, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? you can't be trusted because, you know what I'm saying, you're picking and choosing. You know what I'm saying? You're living like a psychopath. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Trying to be in the truth and you're trying to be in the world. Like, you need to choose one way or the other, man. No half-stepping, man.
Right.
What side of the fence are you on, man? Are you my real brother? Are you my real sister? Or are you sometimey, man? Are you dabbling in another doctrines, man? Are you smoking weed on the side, man? It's gonna catch up to you, man. Like I said before, the title of the article, man, it's all about accountability. I'm gonna hold you accountable, man, just like the other brothers hold me accountable, man. I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. It's the home of accountability, man, because we give a damn about our nation enough. We want to see our men and women be strong and clean.
That's right.
Live moral lives, man. That's accountability. That's love, man.
Right.
So if you're living in the world, man, you the love of the Father, the love of God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. That God's love is not in you, man.
That's right.
So I'm gonna be looking at you sideways from now on. If that's the type of life you live. Go ahead, Doc.
And right. If I may add, sir. Yeah, exactly. If you trying to, cleave onto your oppressor, rise up with him, get his, there ain't nothing wrong with getting money, but if you're trying to, basically cleave onto their ideology, their ways, and rise up within their economy, kind of when I say that, I mean is basically leave your people behind and look down on them and just forsake your people. You know what I'm saying? That's another way of loving the world, loving your enemy, loving your oppressor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people who they rise up in the world. You got your P Diddy's and your Jay-Z's and your your so-called successful black leaders or black entertainers,
your Oprahs and your Steve Harvey.
Right. They rise up and they get a little piece of change, and then they look down on their own people. You know what I'm saying? They cleaved onto their oppressor. They envied their oppressor, and now they're trying to be like him. Now they think they one of them. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby made the mistake of doing that, right? Thinking that he can get in good, and no, you know what I'm saying? And well, who was that? What was the point I was going to make? Slakia. Like you cleave onto your oppressor, and they will they will show you that they was never with you, man.
Right.
They are the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And this is why you can't love the world. You can't follow your oppressor. You can't be with them. You know what I'm saying? You need to be with your God. You know what I'm saying? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, just like the priest just said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Salaki.
That's right, man. A lot of us in the world, we're trying to clothe ourselves in our oppressor's glory, man. And the truth is, a lot of the oppressor and a lot of the other nations know who we are, man. They know that we are God's chosen people, man. And guess what? When they see us forfeiting our nature, our culture, they're laughing at us, man. They're making a mockery of us all the time, man. Because they see the power and the true righteous glory that's in Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. Because we're oppressed. You know what I'm saying? Our spirits are broken. Our children are dying every day, getting shot up, you know what I'm saying? And the TV and media. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're laughing at it, man. But we're seeking to seek a place in their kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. But our oppressor is not above, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but he's not above using murder to get ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? But we have a commandment, man. Thou shalt not kill, man. That's not our way, man. That's not how we walk. You know what I'm saying? That's not how we move as a nation, man. That's right. So we don't live carnally, man. We don't have to kill somebody just to get a leg up. We don't have to lie on somebody, man. Thou shalt not lie. That's another commandment, man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, which, by the way, there are 613 in Israel. Right. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is not grievous, man. It's not hard, man. It's not difficult. If you're at a restaurant, they have pork chops, and they have they have pork ribs, and they have beef ribs on the menu. It's not gonna kill you to forfeit the pork ribs and then choose the beef ribs, man. Right. It's not hard. You know what I'm saying? But Captain Tazariak said it, man. There's something spiritual about that pork. We cannot put it down, man. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And I had to sit with myself and think about, like, what is it about the pork, man? And it's funny because pork, of all the unclean animals in the book, you know what I'm saying, the pig is specifically called out, man. That's right. It's strange, and it's the nature of the pig to be the living trash compactor of the earth, man. They'll eat anything. Salakia, if I may add, sir, in Matthew, I forget the chapter, might be chapter 25 or so. It's when Christ, when he came onto the shore, and there was a man, he was called Legion, right? Well, he had many demons on him. Right. 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 So he had many demons on him, and when Christ took out all the demons out of him, he cast them into the swine, right? And the swine, what did the swine do next? The swine went off the ledge and they all died, right? So our people are love swine. They love to eat pork. You know what I'm saying? So love to eat pork, right?
And then what are the other things that they're doing? They're also in sin. They also have all these demons that they're dealing with, and their food of choice is swine. You see what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, with that being said, it's like these demons are so like the swine is abomination, and these demons, these people are our brothers and sisters are fighting, man. It's like the demons want to join the abomination. So like, yo, just go ahead. It's like,
listen, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. So like to the man above me, I want to drive this point home, man. If you were at a kitchen table, y'all eating pork chops, shredded pork, whatever it is, man. Pork is an abomination. If y'all are eating pork at the dinner table, man, sloppy to the men above me, you might as well have just two grown men on that table butt fucking each other, man. Because homosexuality is an abomination as well, man.
Right.
The Most High is not playing around, man. It's serious and it's disgusting. It has no place in our culture, man. So get out the world, man. Get into these scriptures, man. You live in foul, man, and it's disgusting. And all these other nations are laughing at you when you're eating that pork. You know what I'm saying? They're laughing at you because they know that you have more power than them, man, and they're intimidated by you. In order for them to feel good about themselves, you have to feel. They want you to feel shitty about yourself. So like, they want you far removed from the truth. They don't want you to hear what we're saying, what we're trying to teach you, man. They don't want you woken up. They want you to be bred as cattle, man. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, Israel. We're not playing no games, man. We are no cowards, no excuses, man. Stay away from those abominable lifestyles, man. Get out of those doctrines, man.
Right.
Put down the weed and the cigarettes, man. Put down the blunt wraps, man. Put down the Buddhism, man. The Islam. Get out the conscious community, man. Get into the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Right. You just want to smoke weed and have sex with the white woman, man. Have sex with the white man, man. You want to get up, you want to leg up in the white man's world because what? The oppressor's world, you can do whatever the hell you want.
That's right.
You're an I.S.U.P.K, we hold you accountable to your scriptures, man. We hold you accountable to your culture. The Most High, the God whose throne is in the fourth dimension, has given you a culture, man. That should make you feel special, man.
Right.
There's power in these scriptures, man. The God of the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the nation of Israel, is a consuming fire, man. He's a living, jealous power. When you're out there dabbling in the world, that pisses him off. You know what I'm saying? And he's not above, cursing. And that's the space that we're in now, man.
That's right.
We fell away from our law, statutes, and commandments. We fell away from our moral compass, our culture, and the Most High is very upset with us.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We are cursed, man. We're about to get into that later. But give me James chapter 4, verse 4, man.
Come on. This is the book of James. This is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses.
Adulterers, like adulterers and adulteresses, man. When you're not following the law, statutes, commandments, when you're living in the world, practicing the lifestyle of the heathens and those pagans, you know what I'm saying? You're betraying your nation, man. You are an adulterer. You are an adulteress, man. You know what I'm saying? You're cheating, man. You're cheating your brothers and your sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? You're an I.S.U.P.K, we're going to hold you accountable, man.
That's right.
We're going to judge you with the same measuring stick that we're using against ourselves, man. And that's righteous, man. And our measuring stick is these law, statutes, and commandments, man. All 613, man.
Right.
If you're not practicing them and you're dabbling in the world and heathen lifestyles, man, then that makes you an adulterer. That makes you an adulteress, man. Continue, man.
Khan. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
The friendship of the world is enmity with God, man. Don't y'all know that, man? Don't you know, Israel?
Right.
Don't you know that there's only one path, man? There's only one culture that you should be dressed in. Stop trying to clothe yourself in the glory of the oppressor, man.
Right.
If you could, man, just to drive the point home, give me the definition of enmity, man.
Khan. This is the definition to the word enmity. The state or feeling of being actively opposed or hostile to someone or something. some of this synonyms is hostility, animosity, friction, opposition.
Opposition, man. Opposition and friction, man. when you're not practicing the law, statutes, and commandments, you're in a direct opposition with the Most High, man.
Right.
You're causing friction with the Most High, man. Your God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the living, jealous power that's referenced to in the scriptures, man. The Most High is a living power, man. He's alive right now as we speak, man. As we're teaching you, man. Your arms are not long enough to box with the Most High, man.
That's right.
When you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, you're living like an adulterer. You're living like an adulteress, man. And you're causing enmity between you and God, and you and your brothers and your sisters, man.
That's right.
So from the top, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Go ahead and finish yourself.
Khan. Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
One plain and simple, man. You know what I'm saying? You're making yourself an enemy to God when you're a friend of the world, man.
Right.
Come on to the I.S.U.P.K, man. Join the brotherhood and sisterhood, man. It's the righteous place, man. We'll look after you, man. Nobody loves you more than the priests and prophets and the brothers and sisters here in the I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
Because our love is only for our nation, man. We're not deceived, man. We lean on these scriptures, man. We come to class, man. That's a safe haven, man. Whether it's an actual building or just tuning into class, like we said from the beginning, man. Stick with us, man, because we're not going to tell you lies, man.
Right.
We're for damn sure not going to tell you what you want to hear, man.
That's right.
The oppressor and those in the world will tell you what you want to hear. Tell you what you want to hear. They'll tell you what you want to hear so you can feel good for a quick moment, man.
Right.
But it takes diligence and determination to protect and give a damn about your culture, man. Stay in these classes, man. Stay tuned in, man.
Right.
Every day, we don't give you any excuses not to come home, man.
That's right.
As priests and prophets, man, we're out here trying to enforce and wake up our people, man, because we're stiff-necked, man. But,
right.
You got anything to add? Because we're going to go back to the article.
Allah, so you good?
All right, if we get back to the article and start off, continue where it says that same paragraph, thought leaders and activists, man.
All right, come. All right, so thought leaders and activists examine the past and the present of what is considered normal for the Black community through a process called Black deconstruction, and at the same time, invasion strategies of construct a new normal that will lead to community empowerment and healing.
You know what I'm saying? It says through the process called Black deconstruction, and at the same time envision strategies to construct a new normal that will lead to community empowerment and healing, man. Listen, man, that black deconstruction, that's what we do every day as we teach from the scriptures, man. We deconstruct, we give you the scripture breakdowns, precept upon precept, line upon line, man. That's black deconstruction, man. When we teach you and break down these scriptures, man. When we teach you how to walk righteously, we teach you how to put on your culture, man.
Right.
Saying the priests, officers, and prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, we are the thought leaders, man. We're the thought leaders for Black Latinos, so-called Black Latinos and Native Americans, man. Just like Moses was back during our Egyptian slavery, man. See, Moses was ordained. Moses was called by the Most High to lead his people, man. He came down from his high place, man, from the high prestigious place in Pharaoh's government, man, in Pharaoh's nation, man, because he gave a damn about his people, man. Metaphorically speaking, Moses came down off the pyramid, man.
Right.
He joined his brothers and sisters who were being oppressed by the Egyptians, man. Just like today, man, we're living in modern day Egypt here in America, man. This is modern day Babylon, man. Our people are under oppressive conditions, man.
Right.
Our brothers that get shot up in these streets, man. We're you know what I'm saying? We're not following these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have so much black on black and brown crime. Shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? That's why our Latino brothers and sisters are still in them cages as we speak.
Right.
Our Native American brothers and sisters are still in them concentration camps. It's like, might as well be concentration camps, man, the reservations, man. You know what I'm saying? But we are the thought leaders, man, to wake up our people, to get us about this captivity spiritually, man. You know what I'm saying? Our actual landmass, Israel, is over across the Atlantic, man, in the Middle East, man. So-called Middle East, man. Over there by the Mediterranean, man. That's where we should be, man. But here we are in some giant landmass on the other side of the Atlantic where we have no business being, man. This is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? And then the way to come home is in these classes, man, is in these scriptures, man, the I.S.U.P.K, man. We have classes out in all major cities in North, Central, and South America, man. And we're on the internet, man. We give you no excuses. You better come home, man. Give me Deuteronomy 27 or 1.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? Moses was a thought leader for Israel back in the day when we were in Egyptian captivity. So these priests and prophets today, man, we carry that burden, we carry that, you know what I'm saying, that torch, man. And big ups and thanks to Commanding General Yohanan, who never let this sword down since 1969, man. That's why we started this platform, this school, I.S.U.P.K, to wake up a certain set of people, man. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. We have to get the hell up out of Egypt, man. And just like our people back in Egypt, we couldn't see a day when Egypt would be no more, man, because it was the mighty, most powerful empire in the world at that time for, I don't know, was it over 5,000 years?
Right.
I can't remember the history, but look at Egypt now, man.
That's right.
It's nothing but literally dust, man. It's nothing but a ruin, man. Ain't nothing popping up in Egypt, man. Ain't nothing there, man.
That's right.
It's just a quote unquote tourist attraction, man. A lot of people who spend thousands of dollars to travel and go see those pyramids, they say it's a very anticlimactic, you know what I'm saying, experience. Ain't really nothing to it, man. They feel like they don't wasted their money because ain't nothing there, man. There's nothing there to be seen. It's garbage, it's dust, it's rubble.
That's right.
Thanks to the Most High, man. That's the only reason. That's the only way it could happen. The greatest empire in the world to come to such destruction has to be done. Has to be the work of the Lord, right there, man.
Right.
And it's gonna happen. It's happening to America as we speak, man.
That's right.
Go ahead and give me Deuteronomy 27.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying,
Moses and the elders of Israel commanded the people, man. Who are the people that is referencing in this scripture, man? That's Israel, man. That's you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So us as priests and prophets, you know what I'm saying? Well, whatever rank we are, from 50 all the way to Commanding General Yohanan, we are, you know, figuratively speaking, we are Moses. We are the elders, man. We are the only ones ordained to lead our people, man.
That's right.
We carry the same message and teach the exact same Bible. With the scripture that the brother's teaching or reading is in the Bible, man. The King James version of the Bible, Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1, man. Just to remind you, we're not making this up, man. We teach from the Bible, man. We're no cowards and no excuses in this school, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We're commanding you, just like these law, statutes, and commandments, or you know what I'm saying, we are held under the same measuring stick, man. We're not holier than thou, man. We're judging you with the same measuring stick, man. It comes from the Bible, man. Go ahead and finish that off, man.
Con. Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day, man.
Right.
That's what we're doing, man. We're teaching you to keep all the commandments, all 613. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Watch how you walk. Watch how you move, man. Move with wisdom, man. Keep all the commandments, not some of the commandments, not the ones you feel comfortable with.
That's right.
I'm saying, not the ones that you know what I'm saying, don't keep one commandment one day and break it the next, man.
Right.
That's half step, man. Like you being an adulterer, man.
That's right.
You gotta stay diligent in practicing your culture, man. Keep all the commandments, which I command you this day. As priests and prophets, I.S.U.P.K, Israel, I'm commanding you, and I hold myself accountable as well, to keep all the commandments that the Most High is commanding us this day. Even as I speak, as I'm teaching you, man.
That's right.
Give me Deuteronomy 28.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass.
It shall come to pass. It might not come to pass.
It shall come to pass.
Go ahead.
If thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Thy God, Israel. Your God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of this Bible. Go ahead.
To observe and to do.
To observe and to do, man. The word do is a 2-letter verb, man. It's a 2-letter action word, man. You can't just observe and read the scriptures. You have to do them. You have to put them into practice, man.
Right.
And you have to, and if you need help as far as what it means to observe, that's our job as priests and prophets to be your role model for you, Israel. For you brothers and sisters who are in the world, watch how we walk, man. Because we're walking and moving in righteousness.
Right.
Our culture is our vocation.
That's right.
Our culture is our job, man. And we walk in the truth, and we're no cowards about this, man. We're not Christians. We're aggressive with the truth, man. We're taking up space, man, in the world as we walk and as we move. Once class is done, you know what I'm saying? We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're no longer priests and prophets. We're still priests and prophets, man.
That's right.
We go to bed and we wake up every day. We take this job seriously, man. We observe it and we do the law, statutes, commandments, man.
Right.
We are the leaders, man. We are the warriors, man. We're the ones who have been set apart to be the Lord's army, man. We're not to be messed with because we don't play around with these scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Salakia, start from the top quick.
Khan. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
The Lord thy God is real. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, he will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, man.
Right.
The God of the Bible is not everybody's God, man. The Most High does not love everybody, man.
That's right.
If you practice all these laws, statutes, and commandments, he will set thee on high above Salakia, all nations of the earth, man.
That's right.
Israel is destined. Israel, it is written, man. Israel is supposed to be above all other nations of the earth, man. The world today is comprised of 18 nations, man. And all the other 17 are supposed to be up under us, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is the way, this scripture here is the way to the new normal, man. Because like I said, the new normal is when Christ comes back and when Israel is in leadership. And Israel is in rulership over the whole planet Earth forever, man. It's hard for us to fathom that, man. But it starts with coming into the truth, tuning into class, practicing the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Clinging to your own separation, man. That's the key. Stop by separating yourself from these other nations. Stop trying to be friends with the world, man.
That's right.
You need to be friends with the nation of Israel. That's the only world you should give a damn about, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't, like I said, we don't just walk in where we want. We're not just making up what it means to be an Israelite, because we're coming strictly from the Bible. The Bible teaches us how to be an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to the article and scroll down to the paragraph where it says called Groundbreaking Vision.
All right, Khan. All right, so we're back to the article. It says, it says called Groundbreaking and Visionary from its inception in 2009. The conference convenes national and local educators and community practitioners to discuss and introduce practical, culturally sensitive, trauma-informed initiatives leading to the improved health and wellness of African American men and their families.
You know what I'm saying? Black man, you are not an African American man. We are not Africans. We are not Americans, man. We are Israelites. And like I said before, when I was reading this article, there were a few key words that triggered me and realized, and it came to mind that, you know, so we're coming to a point where a lot of our people who were looking for solutions to heal our nation, you know what I'm saying, they're going to eventually come down to realize that the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. We are the only ones providing infrastructure for Israel. And we teach from the Bible, man. In this one paragraph, it says, community practitioners to discuss and introduce practical, culturally sensitive, trauma-informed initiatives, man. When I hear the word, and since I've been in the truth, every time I hear the word practical, I can't help but think of I.S.U.P.K, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. And they're trying to find practical, culturally sensitive solutions to build up our people, man. And that's exactly what we're doing, man. I'm not so much giving credit to this article and this convention, but I'm trying to shine light that the men in the I.S.U.P.K, we're providing practical solutions for our people, man. We are culturally sensitive because that's how Christ was when he was walking in person. He was culturally sensitive to the audience that he came down to lead, man. He was culturally sensitive to the fact that so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the lost soul tribes, are his people, man. And his message wasn't for anybody else, man.
Right.
That's cultural sensitivity. That, you know, knowing who your audience is, knowing who's watching you, and knowing who you should look out for, man. That's being culturally sensitive, man.
That's right.
When I'm out there in the world, or when I'm out there in my slavery, you know what I'm saying? There's many different nations, you know what I'm saying, that I work with. But I have a sixth sense, man. It's like more like a spiritual sense. I'm looking out for my people. I'm seeing who are the other Negroes, the other Latinos, the other Native Americans, and I ask them too. Because every time I have a moment, I have a one-on-one conversation with them. So what's going on with you? Like, how did you end up in Austin? How did you get this job? I'm saying, who are your parents? And what's your nationality? What is your father? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not hesitant enough at all to tell them, you know what I'm saying, my main vocation, my main job is a priest in the I.S.U.P.K, man, under Command and General Yohana, man. My people are my responsibility, no matter where they are. At the slavery, at the bar, at the park, wherever I may be, man.
That's right.
It's a 24-hour vacation, man. I take this office serious, man. I'm looking out for my people. I'm culturally sensitive to my people, man. If you're alive and well, if you have an ear to hear, then goddamn it, listen to what these priests and prophets are trying to teach you, man. We're trying to get you back home. We're trying to wake you up, man.
Right.
So we're giving you no excuse, man. Doesn't matter where we are, man.
That's right. Damn right.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Christ was culturally sensitive to his audience, man. The lost sheep, man. The lost sheep of the house of the nation of Israel. We put in all this work because Israel, we are a stiff-necked people, man. Lord knows I was stiff-necked myself before I came into the truth, man. I was sitting on the sidelines watching U.P.K videos and smoking weed, man. I was being an adulterer, man. I was dabbling, claiming to be an Israelite, but really being an individualite, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have brotherhood. I didn't have, you know what I'm saying, the community of righteous men to lead me.
Right.
I didn't belong nowhere. I was living like a heathen, man. I was like living a natural lifestyle, smoking weed, doing whatever the hell I wanted to do, man.
Right.
And that's not righteous, man.
So, like, and if I may, yeah, and that's the thing, man. We know when we're out in the world, we're consistently looking for ways or people or leaders to follow. Like, you know, like the black lead black community, the so-called conscious community or unconscious community.
Right.
You know, they have all these leaders. You know, you have all these leaders that many of us watch, or a lot of us out in the world are watching, but we're not changing. Right? We're still getting high. We're still sleeping with whores. We're still eating the same foods. We're not the black lead black community. Or any of the leaders that we've had hasn't really changed us as a nation. We haven't really helped. We haven't really transformed or lifted us up out of the conditions that we're living in. Okay, so I say that to say the solution to the conditions of our community, the I.S.U.P.K teaches. Right, we teach it and we practice it every day.
Right.
Okay. And that solution is the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's why you need to get into school, get in all black, so you can learn how to uplift your people, how to lead your people like a righteous man,
right? Like
the way the Lord intended,
right?
Okay, not wearing some dashiki because you're not African.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah, right.
Africans don't even wear a damn dashikis.
Right.
Okay, so we need to get out of this confusion, man, and come back to the Most High. All right, Salaki.
That's right, man. Most High is not the author of confusion, man. We've got the breakdowns. We've got the scriptures, man. We have the moral compass. We have the blueprint for righteous living, man. We have the template for righteous living, and it's not given to any other nation,
right?
But you, Israel. If you're not practicing your culture, you're practicing a life of death, man. You're playing Russian roulette, man. That's not something you want to gamble with, man.
That's right.
You're not holding it down as a true brother or sister in the truth, man. You're not separating from these other nations. You're not separating from the oppression. You're like, what's his name? Lot's wife. You know what I'm saying? She turned back the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. She turned it into a pillar of salt, man. You're half-stepping, man. You know, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. You can't be trusted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I.S.U.P.K, we're gonna hold you accountable for how you live as an Israelite, man. If you want to be called our brother or a brother or be called a sister, we're gonna hold you accountable for your level of brotherhood and sisterhood, man. You gotta show up. You gotta show up for your nation, man. Stay in these classes, man. And if we could get to the next paragraph, where it says the conference looks at violence.
Con. All right. So it says the conference looks at violence, drugs, poverty, and emotional, physical, and spiritual health. Systematic concerns notwithstanding, the personal accountability of men is brought to the forefront because African American men's trauma is typically dismissed and not addressed. They pass their trauma on to the women and children in their lives. Thus, the circle of pain continues. The cycle of pain continues, and the community suffers tenfold.
You know what I'm saying? When you're not holding your people accountable, when your people are not on one accord, then you're opening yourself up to opportunities of division and strife and confusion. And everybody being scattered, not having any kind of direction. When you come to these think tanks, people come together and pitch in with what they think needs to be done for our community. And so what the black man thinks he needs for the community, what the black woman thinks that she needs for the community. We have all these opinions, man, and nothing comes to fruition, and nothing is produced, and nothing of practical substance comes to light.
That's right.
Because we're still trying to find solutions outside the truth, outside of our culture, man. It's not gonna last, man. It'll never last. It'll never have any kind of ground, man. It'll dissipate. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And based on, you know, just to expand on that kind of it does describe why our people are cursed, man. Because we're looking for solutions elsewhere except from these scriptures, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our people, our brothers and sisters are still getting shot up in the street. We're still committing black on black crimes, black on brown crimes. Our Latino, our I.S.U.P.K brothers and sisters are still in those cages.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters from other tribes from South America are making these long migrations to the America to support their families, and yet they're still being oppressed. Some of them are being sent back. You know what I'm saying? We've been in the nation, this America, for so long that we've forgotten that this land is we're living on stolen land. You know what I'm saying? Our Native American peoples, our brothers and sisters, are still on those reservations, and we have forgotten that our you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the tribe of Reuben, our Seminole brothers and sisters from Florida, through the Trail of Tears. They were uprooted from their land and brought over to where I guess Oklahoma is now. But in the Trail of Tears, and the record history will show, whenever an elder person will slow down the migration, or if a woman had a baby and the baby was too loud, or the you know what I'm saying, the woman had the baby and she was too weak, and that baby would slow them down, the oppressor would take the baby and dash that baby against the stones, man, against a tree, bash their heads in, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We are the most highest portion of it, and that just goes to show that we are cursed.
That's right.
And our God is nothing to play with. He's pissed off at us, man.
Right.
He's a living, jealous power. He won't accept anything less than full obedience to the law, statutes, and commandments. He won't accept anything less than love for your own, man. You know what I'm saying? We've forgotten these curses. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, it's like the monkeys in here.
Oh.
I'm saying,
yeah, but like the article said, man, the cycle of pain continues, and our community, the nation of Israel, suffers tenfold, man. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15, man.
All right, Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Your God, Israel, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you will not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, go ahead,
to observe, to do all his commandments.
Doing is an action, go ahead.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
This day, this moment, as you're listening right now, go ahead.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses shall come upon thee. They might not come upon thee.
Shall come upon thee.
They shall come upon thee. And all of that, they will overtake thee, man.
Right.
You will be consumed in these curses, man, for generations, man. We've been in, like I said, we've been in oppression for so long, we've forgotten our way, man. Just like when we were oppressed in ancient Egypt, man, we couldn't see a way out of it, man. We were homeborn slaves for thousands of years.
Right.
We lost sight of who we really were, and we got comfortable being under the oppressor's rulership. Man. Give me verse 16, man.
Come. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
You know what I'm saying? If you're not practicing the law, statutes, commandments, and you're living in the world, man, you're going to be cursed both in the city and in the field, man. It doesn't matter what tier of the oppressive society that you're in, upper, middle, lower class, whether you're a house Negro or a field Negro, a house Latino, a field Latino, these curses are going to come after you, man. There's no escape, man. No one is safe, man. We're all being held accountable for following these laws, statutes, commandments, man. You know what I'm saying? Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field, man. You can't escape these curses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in verse 15, it says, all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake you, man.
Right.
The Most High's wrath, curses are coming after you, man. You can't hide, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said from the beginning, the I.S.U.P.K is the sanctuary, man. We're emphasizing the fact that, you know what I'm saying, we're in a grace period to repent, to put away your sinful life and to come home and put into practice these law, statutes, and commandments, man. To live your culture 24 hours, 7 days a week, man.
Right.
Us as priests and prophets, we are your role models, man. We are your leaders, man. We're the enforcers for the truth. We're the enforcers for our culture, man. Stay in these classes, man. Come to school, man. Come home. This is your sanctuary, Israel. Give me a Deuteronomy 28 and 32.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32.
And bringing out this verse just to emphasize the fact that, you know, so like, go ahead.
Khan. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Thy sons and daughters shall be given unto another people, man. You have to be living under a rock. I'm talking to Judah, so-called Negroes, man. You have to be living under a rock. You don't know the history of slavery and how they purposefully split up our families, man. How they would see, they treated us like cattle, man, to be herded and sold, man. If they saw a strong brother on the plantation, they thought he was a good stock. You know what I'm saying? They would allow him to have sex with another black woman to produce children, and if those very children, they'll sell them off to other plantations to be laborers, man.
Right.
It's sick and it's sad, man. You know what I'm saying? Even now, modern day example, as our I.S.U.P.K Latino brothers and sisters, they're still up in those cages, man. And you know what I'm saying? The news was out not too long ago how they lost thousands of children in these detention centers, and they're nowhere to be found, man. It's my imagination goes on the dark end, and I can only imagine what's being done to our people as we speak, man. You know what I'm saying? It bothers me, man. We're looking, like the scripture says, man, thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long, man. And there shall be no might in thy hand, man. You know what I'm saying? It's you know what I'm saying? Black, Latino, Native Americans, we're the strongest people. We're the most creative people. We invent every goddamn thing. We're brilliant, man. We're the most highest portion, man. We are a peculiar and special people, man. And it's a damn shame that we allow these curses to come upon us. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, these other nations, especially our oppressors, they know who we are. Israel, you have not waken up to the truth about who you are and the power that you serve, man. The Africans know that actual Africans, The Hamites, they know that, you know what I'm saying, Black Americans are not Africans. The Russians know that they know who the Black people are. You know what I'm saying? They know who Israel is, man. They want to keep us stupid and ignorant about culture. You know what I'm saying? They're laughing at us. And every time we try to get a leg up in our precious kingdom, they're laughing at us.
Right.
It's shameful, man. We're out here wearing business suits and walking around with shaven faces. You know what I'm saying? Trimming our ways, downplaying our masculinity just to get a promotion, just to get another dollar raise, man. That's pathetic, man. We are far more better than that, man.
Block if I could.
Go ahead, sir. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, how about Shamil Shaparakata, man?
All right, Shalom Stone. Man, that's heavy what you bringing out, priest. Ain't nobody else gonna give you this truth besides Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander Junior Hunter. We
That's
let
right.
you know verbatim that these scriptures are not for everybody, man. The Most High is a man of war. And we made in his image to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. And brotherhood is a weapon, so we are ordained to teach and to bring up priests and prophets up under Christ, man. Just like Commander Junior Hunter has been doing since 1969. If I could just get one script or two scriptures, Bible Shah.
Go ahead, sir.
Let me get the book of Psalms 147 and 1920. I'm not sure if you already brought this out, but if you did, let me just go over it one more time, Bible Shah, if I could, man.
Go ahead.
All right, Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob.
Unto who?
Unto Jacob.
But y'all said Jacob and Esau are under the same covenant, under the same law, statutes, commandments. Read that one more time from the top, Bible Shah.
Khan. He sheweth his word unto Jacob.
Unto Jacob, man. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Man, it said both of his names. It did not include Esau. It did not include Ham. It did not include Joseph. It did not include anybody that was after or before, man. It said unto Jacob and his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right.
So that's why you got the I.T.E. at the end of Israelite, man. Because you come from the nationality of your forefather Jacob, which wrestled with an angel, and the angel's like, man, you Yasharala, prince of the power, man. So that's why we got to start carrying ourselves. Let me get the next verse, Bible Shah, priest.
Khan. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Nah, he dealt with the Edomites.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Nah, he dealt so with the Moabs when they said stop Asian hate.
With any nation.
Man, these are the scriptures. This is not coming out of I.S.U.P.K mouth.
Right.
Bible Shah, let me get the rest of that. Then I yield.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
Man, we got to come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. We got to come back to loving our own, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. We got to teach the righteous way of following these commandments and getting our culture back. Because without each other, we have nothing, man.
Right.
Either stand for something or you're going to fall for everything. You're going to fall for the next holiday. You're going to fall for the next abomination that they want you to eat. What's next? What we going to be eating next, man? Slakia. The water.
No, sir, the water to you, man. Good to hear your voice too, sir. Haven't seen you in a while, man.
Man, damn right.
And like the brother was saying, we have to live our own. We have to learn how to build our own communities and to practice our own culture, man. You know what I'm saying? When he said Moab, it reminded me of something. You know what I'm saying? These other nations come into our ghettos and barrios, and they set up their Chinese food restaurants. The Arab comes in and sets up his convenience stores. You know what I'm saying? In our communities and eats us alive, takes away our resources. But then again, the Chinese man, the Chinese community, they have their own Chinatowns in every major city, and they even have street signs in their own native language, man. They have unity. They have, you know what I'm saying, a common understanding of what their culture. But then again, like I said, they're coming into our communities, building these Chinese restaurants. But then again, you know what I'm saying, you can't go to Chinatown and open up a chicken joint. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the loan, you know, Lord willing that happens. You can't get the loan and build up your own convenience store as a black man in the Arab neighborhood. Hell no, they're not gonna stand for that. You know what I'm saying? But Israel, we're so used to practicing a culture that isn't our own and including every damn body, that we've allowed other people to infiltrate our communities and make money off us, man. It's a shame, and we're much more brilliant and more powerful and wiser than that, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's because we're not practicing the law, statutes, and commandments, our ways, that you know what I'm saying, the Most High has allowed these other nations to come up against us, man. It's embarrassing and it's shameful, man. But you have something to say, sir?
A lot, sir. You talk.
No, sir. Man, that just reminded me. You know what I'm saying? How the Moab, the Chinese man, is in our communities making money off of us. You know what I'm saying? What we should be able to do to build make our own restaurants and, you know, set up our own businesses, which we are. But at the same time, just emphasize the point, you know, so we can go into Chinatown and Arab Town to set up our businesses, man.
That's right.
But if we could go back to the article, just read the paragraph. Says this conference discusses.
Oh, come.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. So we continue.
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, in an era.
It's like this conference discusses. Go down 2 more paragraphs.
Okay. So like, here we go. This conference discusses alternative ways of thinking about community building from inside out versus the outside in, by addressing intergenerational trauma and focusing on the healing.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do as priests and prophets here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. We address and bring out to light the intergenerational drama and oppression and curses that we've been going through, you know, for the past over 400 years, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We focus on the healing, and the healing is here in these scriptures, man. The healing is in brotherhood and sisterhood. The healing is in the doors of the I.S.U.P.K, man, the home of the truth, man. That's where it starts. So even from a physical standpoint, so we practice and preach and teach the dietary laws, man. Just simply refraining from eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster and crawdaddies. You know what I'm saying? You're already, you know what I'm saying, fixing your diet just by refraining from those foods. You're refraining from eating those animals, man. That's not even food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not beasts. We're not pigs, man. We're not swine. Swine will eat any goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? We're not even supposed to be eating that. You know what I'm saying? It starts from following these laws, statutes, and commandments. And we have the dietary laws. We are the moral compass for our people to be healed, man. You know what I'm saying? We have to bring out and shine light to the intergenerational curses and trauma that we've been going through, man. But these priests, prophets, and officers of the I.S.U.P.K, man, we are completely capable of policing our own, man. Policing our own people, man. Our portion, man. The Lord's portion, man. That's how we show that we give a damn about our people and our culture, man. We want to build up our people and our nation, man. Our name, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the article said, you know what I'm saying? Look, they're discussing alternative ways of thinking about community building from inside out versus the outside in. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what we do in I.S.U.P.K, man. We heal our people and teach our people from the inside out, man. If you don't know where you come from, you don't know where the hell you're going, man. And a lot of us, it starts with realizing that you are the Lord's portion, so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? You need to be hip to the fact that you are the Lord's portion. And we're not random people. We're not just, you know what I'm saying? We're not putting together a puzzle that doesn't make any sense, man. You know what I'm saying? We share the same curses. We are under the same oppressors, man. And they're laughing at us. They're mocking us. But us, in I.S.U.P.K, we give a damn about our people so much that we're boots on the ground, man. We're teaching our people. We're setting aside time, money, and energy just to have classes like these, to share the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to come home and realize that there is a truth. There is an organization called the I.S.U.P.K that gives a damn, and we're aggressive with the truth, man.
Right.
We're no cowards, and we don't make any excuses for giving a damn about our people, man. We're not like those greasy preachers and pastors, man. We're out there only trying to collect your tithes, man. They say the law is done away with, but they never quit to say that paying tithes is done away with. You know what I'm saying? They want that money, man. But we're not out here for money, man. We're out here walking amongst our own, like Christ did when he was walking upon the earth for his people, man. He was culturally sensitive to the message. He was culturally sensitive to who he was sent for to lead, man. So-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the lost sheep. You know, so we're diligent in this work because we are a stiff-necked people, man. You know, so we don't want to believe that there is a right path, man, because we still want to do whatever the hell we want to do. We're still out here in the world trying to cloak ourselves in the oppressor's glory, man. And the oppressor's kingdom is coming to an end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to come home, man. You're gambling with your life if you're still listening to these classes and not tuning in, man. Give us a call, man. Reach out to us, man. Men, do your 90 days. Women, do your 60 months. Get your new name, man. Report to a camp leader, man. Come home. Damn.
Right.
You got anything?
I'm not gonna answer.
And if I could get to the last paragraph, we'll wrap it up.
All right, Con. You want to add anything, Officer DeMarcus?
Oh man, the priest doing. I don't think I'm in the show.
No, you right there.
Okay, yeah, nah, man. The priest is blazing, man. Hey, listen. If you ain't I.S.U.P.K, you in the way, man.
That's
I can't wait to go to war with y'all, man.
That's right.
Damn right.
Get the work in the will of the Lord done. The water of the Yah, man. The water of Yahweh Shah for the brotherhood.
Yeah, the water for the brotherhood and sisterhood, man.
Most High Christ.
All right, brotherhood is sisterhood. Kind what kind.
All right, man. If you could bring out the last paragraph, and I got two more scriptures here.
All right, Con. Here we go. So it says, this is the rest of the article. It says, examining the link between intergenerational trauma and the beliefs and behaviors that act as self-imposed barriers that challenge the community's present and future, provides context and insight on current community-based projects and strategies that promote compassionate accountability and healing.
You will not find compassionate accountability and healing for so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans anywhere else but here in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yohana, man. This is the home of the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? We have compassion for our people. We give a damn about our people. It's not like Officer Tamaki said in the last week's class, man. It's not about the grills. It's not about the change. It's not about the fringes and the flyware. It's about loving our people by showing it, by teaching our people, man.
Right.
That's true love, man. We sit here as priests and prophets and we teach our people, the lost sheep, man. Telling y'all the righteous way to live, to come about the world, to come home, man. You are the Lord's portion. Because the Most High gives a damn about our people is why we give a damn about our people, man. We're not here out to teach other nations, man. All these other nations are but spill, man. All these other nations are but dust underneath our feet, man. And there's going to come a time in the real new normal. When Yahushua Mashiach cracks those clouds, comes down with those chariots, and the rest of the world will be under the rulership of Israel, man. That's the new normal that we're fighting for, man. That's the new world that we're trying to build for Israel, brick by brick, man. And that's why we do this work, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes strong, disciplined men in the I.S.U.P.K, ordained priests and prophets, man, to teach our people, man. That's how you build a nation. Any nation that wants to have any kind of credibility or to have any longevity, any nation is built that wants to sustain itself is built on brotherhood and sisterhood, righteous brotherhood and sisterhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say every time, if you have any doubts about how we lead our people, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. It's okay to doubt. Doubting but you shouldn't doubt just for the sake of doubting. Doubting should lead you to find answers, man. We want y'all to come up to us and ask us questions, man. Contact us, man. Send us a comment. Send us a message, man. When you see us in these streets, man, with our fringes and our boots and our war scouts, you know what I'm saying? Ask us, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give you the solutions. We're gonna give you the answers that you're seeking. And Jen, like I said, we have rank and order in I.S.U.P.K. And if a brother or sister can't give you the answer that you're looking for, we have rank and order, man. We'll go up to the man above us to find that answer. Even if it takes going all the way to Commanding General Yohana, man. I'm saying the nation of Israel is It's like a business, man. And that is our business. You know what I'm saying? We're here to build up our nation, man. That's the glory that we're trying to cloak ourselves in, man. Not in our precious glory, man. Trying to fit into his world, man. Because if you're trying to fit into their precious world, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna end up, wearing a suit and tie with no beard, man. With your haircut, wearing weave, man. You know what I'm saying? Trimming your waves, trying to fit in. And they're laughing at us, man, like we're clowns, man. Put that mess away, man. Put it on your culture, man. Walk on the street, man. It's a powerful thing.
Right.
So don't be a coward, man. Wherever you are, man. We got you. And if you could, just to finish our class, let me bring up 2 more scriptures. Give me John 13.
John 13.
Give me John chapter 13, verses 34 and 35, man.
Right, Con. This is the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give to you.
Give unto you.
So like I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
The scripture that you just read, man, what color are the words, man?
They are red.
The words of this scripture are written in red, man, because they come directly from our King, Yahushua Mashiach, man.
Right.
Those are literally his words that come out of a Bible that we teach for our people, man.
That's right.
Yahushua Mashiach was a dark-skinned brother from the tribe of Judah, man. He is our king. He is our ultimate leader, man. Just like there's 50 states to the United States, there are 12 tribes to the whole nation of Israel, man.
Right.
Our king comes from one tribe, the tribe of Judah, man. You know what I'm saying? He gave us a new commandment, man. That ye love one another as I have loved you, man. He gave it about his people to teach that to his people, man.
Right.
He's out here teaching all these other heathens. He's not out here, you know what I'm saying, teaching the oppressor, teaching the Moab, the Chinese man, the Japanese man, the African man, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a commandment given to a specific set of people, man. And y'all are being adulterers and adulteresses by selling it off and trying to incorporate everybody else, man. Man.
Right.
A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Go ahead.
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another.
If ye have loved one to another, man. If is a 2-letter word, but if means under the conditions, man.
Right.
By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, under the conditions, conditional love, under the conditions, if ye have loved one to another, man.
Right.
It's a commandment, man. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a commandment, man. You can't get away from it, man.
That's right.
You can't be an individual life. You can't be half-stepping, man. You can't have one foot in the street and the other half in the other foot in the world, smoking weed and practicing even cussing, practicing, celebrating birthdays, astrology, and the public holidays, 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? Worshiping the stars, doing some Buddhism. It's gonna catch up to you. You're gonna get found out. And I.S.U.P.K, we're about accountability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we're gonna judge you with the same measure and spirit that we are judged on as well, man.
Right.
That's called fairness, man. That's called, you know what I'm saying, having a righteous moral code. We're under that same authority.
Right.
Shalaki, if I could. Oh, I don't know what happened with the video.
Yeah.
No, you talk. You talk.
Hold on. Hey, y'all can hear me?
Con.
I can't. It's a little bit static. Let me go out and come back in. Hold on.
We can hear you just fine, sir. Okay.
Nah, I'm on my end. I'm in the matrix.
Okay, one sec.
Yeah, I think I'm like still be in the matrix.
We can hear you loud and clear, sir.
I don't know. Something happened with the screen.
All right, but you coming through good. Just go ahead and bring it out. We can see you just fine.
Go ahead and bring it out, man.
But by the way, I can't hear nothing. But I just want to add a little bit on accountability, and you know what I'm saying, if one of y'all could break it down because I can't really hear. But Psalms 149, that whole little chapter all the way to verse 9. And you know what I'm saying? When you get to verse 2, you know what I'm saying, let them know who is really talking to. You know, who is really talking about this accountability. Baba Shah. I'm still in the matrix.
What scripture you said? Psalms 149. Can you hear me now, sir?
Khan, Psalms 149 verses 1 through 9.
All right, one moment. I'm gonna pull up right now. Psalms 149. All right, go ahead.
Psalms 149 and 142.
Just start from 149 verse 1.
All right, so this is the book of Psalms, chapter 149, verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise in the congregation of saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in the King.
Then Baba Shah, if I could, this is the congregation of the saints right there. Let Israel rejoice in him, man.
That's right.
Let the children of Zion be joyful in their king.
Right.
This is for you, Israel. Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. Stop letting other people be accountable for your justice, for your judgment, and for your law, such commandments. Because all they're going to do is charm you away and distract you and deceive you like the devils that they are.
That's right.
Baba Shah, go ahead.
Khan. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto him with the timbrel and harp. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of God be in their mouth with a two-edged sword, and a two-edged sword in their hands to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Man, that's a heavy song right there, man.
Right.
We gotta sing when we prophesizing like a double-edged sword with our brothers and sisters, man.
Right.
We gotta show our love by following these laws, statutes, commandments to the Most High.
That's right.
By showing Christ, he didn't die for no bull, man.
That's right.
He died for us to have a grace period to get our life right. Like the mighty priest, Officer of 50 Razan was saying, man. What he was bringing to the table was heavy.
Right.
I pray that y'all understand. If not, like and share this video so you can go back and look at it.
Right.
Stop half-stepping. Because we know a lot of half-stepping ass leaders. Like it for my language.
That's right.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, in the I.S.U.P.K, we ain't here to make you comfortable.
Hell no.
Right.
We ain't here to say, look at your neighbor, hold hands, hug, lolly dolly dolly, and homosexual is okay. We not here doing that. We here to warn you that there is a judgment for all your actions that you have done in the past, and if you do not change, then you will suffer with the heathens.
Right.
Because right now, what are we doing? We are suffering with the heathens. They are waiting on us to consume our money, to consume our time and our energy, man. They're waiting on us. And guess what else they waiting on us for? They waiting on us to rule this earth, man. They waiting on true leadership from the priests and prophets that Christ died for, man.
Right.
Christ died for his disciples to continue their mission till he returns.
That's right.
So guess what time it is for us, man? It's the same. Look, I'm gonna hold my language. You know what I mean? Because I'm way more seasoned than I was when I was in the world. But my passion for the love of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, Indian, Slovakia has grown.
Right.
And oppression makes a wise man angry.
Right.
So we got to be accountable for ourselves and for our people now. Because we are lost for the lack of knowledge. We are lost for the lack of love. We are lost for the lack of attention that we give each other.
Right.
We'd rather give our attention to the NBA Finals.
That's right.
Than just a year ago, George Floyd's death. Than just a year ago, so many other names, Breonna Taylor. Like, we got to stand for something or we're going to fall for everything.
That's right.
And all those priests and prophets that stayed and stuck with the truth, man, listen, I commend you, brothers. I commend you, sisters. Stick with it.
Right.
Because if you ain't with the Most High in Christ, then you against him, man. It ain't no way around it. The water for let me chime in, priest. You know what I'm saying? The water for that song, Psalms 149. The water for all y'all precepts, and the water for the priest of 50 in the choir too, man.
That's right, man.
Water for y'all, man.
Water for you, sir.
Right.
The water for tuning in, man.
Look. The water to Captain 10,000 Yatazai, to our camp leader, Officer One Yala, for raising up brothers from being troopers. You know what I'm saying? To come out of the world to still be in all black if they want to, and gain brothers to get in all black.
That's right.
Under Commander Junior Hunter until Christ returns. And I love y'all, brothers, man. And that's real.
We love you, brother. Hey, man, big ups and water to Officer I.S.U.P.K, man. The four of us, along with our camp leader and Captain Yatazai, man, we're out here trying to build up the city of Austin, man. This is our turf, man. This is our zone, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the city of Austin, man. We're trying to reach out to you, man. Right. And we're out here on many platforms. And we're out here with our boots in the ground, looking at our people face to face, man. When a lot of these other Christian preachers and pastors, you know what I'm saying, the doors to their church are closed, man. We give them about our people enough to hold these classes like this, man. Whether in person or like Officer I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? He's tuning in through the StreamYard, man. You know, so we're holding these virtual classes because we give it them of our people, man. We could be doing anything that we want to do with our time, money, and energy, but we're tuning in and blazing on y'all, beating the trumpets to wake y'all up. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones who observe and do the commandments as role models for our people, man. We give a damn, man. We teach. And that's how we show that we love our people. We teach from the Bible, man. But I wanted to bring out one more on the note of accountability and brotherhood and sisterhood. Give me Luke chapter 6 and verse 31, man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because as brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? We practice what we preach, man. And we teach our people based on these scriptures, man. We're all watching each other. We're watching how we move, and we're using the same measurement, the judgment of measurement on each other, man. We're not out here, you know, showing brotherhood and sisterhood based on how we feel or our opinions about how others should be treated, man. We're civil people, man. We're righteous people. You got it ready out?
Come. This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Man, these are the words of Christ himself, man. The word in red in the Bible, man. Our King told us, you know what I'm saying, as we would that men should do to us, do ye also to them likewise, man. That's a culture of living a civil lifestyle, man. And so if you wouldn't want another brother to do you wrong, then don't do him back, man. If you don't want another brother stepping on your toes, be conscientious and respectful enough to not step on his toes, man.
Right.
If you don't want a brother stealing from you, don't steal from him. Stealing is against our culture anyway. It's a commandment, thou shalt not steal, man.
Right.
If you're tuning into class, you know what I'm saying, and taking everything that we are teaching you and hold on to it and put it into practice, man, and like Christ said, man, do ye also to them likewise. Do ye also to your brothers and sisters likewise, man.
That's right.
If you're going out to eat with your brothers and sisters and they decide to have, you know what I'm saying, have a shrimp platter, man, you be a righteous brother and sister, be like, hey, man, that's against our law, statutes, commandments. You should be eating shrimp. And you do your part by not eating shrimp. And then again, if they decide to, you know, so that's on them, man.
Right.
The Most High sees what you're doing. He sees that you're putting into practice your own culture, man. It's not going unnoticed, man. Like I said before, Jacob's ladder is like metaphorically speaking, is a 24-hour surveillance system, man. You know what I'm saying? The angels are reporting how you're walking, how you're moving, man. You know what I'm saying? They're recording the fact that you're giving a damn about your culture and putting it into practice, man.
Damn
You're
right.
following the leadership of our King, I.S.U.P.K. And even Christ himself gave you no excuse, man. The Most High has given us the resource, which is the Bible, man, a holy record, man. A separate record for a specific set of people, man. The so-called Black, so-called Native American, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans. And if I could, I got one more scripture, man. And I'm finish up class, man. No sweat, because you know me as priest and officer, Brother on the I like to end my teaching on a bittersweet note, because I don't want to try to get you comfortable, man.
Right.
Give me Matthew 5:37, man. The work is never done, man.
That's
right.
We got to put in our brick, man, every day, brick by brick, man. Just like how we show commitment to in the oppressor's kingdom, you know, so we show up to work on time, and we do what we got to do to get that next promotion or earn that next dollar, which means nothing. We're still slaves. You know what I'm saying? The 666 who are in the rulership now are filthy rich, but here we are living on crumbs and trying to earn, you know, an extra crumb to get by to pay the bills, man. And it's still not enough. It's never enough, man.
beans and cornbread.
Beans and cornbread.
Right.
It's a damn shame, man. Give me a, go ahead and give me Matthew 5:37, man.
All right, Con. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 37. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil.
Listen, man, this is the perfect scripture for professionalism, man. A lot of us think professionalism is being trying to fit in and conforming to the oppressor's kingdom, man. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. If you say you're gonna do something for a brother, come through, man.
Right.
If you say you're gonna pay back a brother, pay that brother back his money. And go on more and give him a deadline, man. Hey, thank you for letting me borrow $200. I'm gonna pay you back this specific date, man. And come through and get it done, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you two sisters, man, if you're a sister and you say, hey, I'll babysit your children on such and such date, you know what I'm saying? Be there and don't change your plan, man. Come through and say what you say you're gonna do, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't give your brother or sister a half truth, man. That's something that's evil, man. It's coming from an evil place, man. That's right. From an evil spirit, man. And you know what I'm saying? Here in I.S.U.P.K, man, like I said, this is a school. It's like a normal school in the oppressor's education. I'm gonna give you a homework assignment, man. Start putting that into practice as we speak, man. Now that you learn it, man. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay, man.
Right.
Back up your word with action, man. And do what you say you're gonna do, man. Don't half step. If you're gonna pick up a brother and take him somewhere, be there on time to pick up that brother and do what you need to do and move on, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is how you build a kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? This is how you practice professionalism in the nation of Israel, man. You don't always have to have a handshake or have a contract like you do something in the oppressor's kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through all this damn fine print, which they know you're not gonna read.
Right.
There's all these other what you call it, what do you call it? Just there's so much fine print that they know that you're not gonna read it, man. But they got something on you, man. That's not a good feeling, man.
Right.
Listen, the oppressor made over 500 treaties with enough Native American brothers and sisters, and didn't keep not one of them, man.
Right.
His yea was not yea. His yea was not yea, and his nay was not nay.
If I could too.
Go ahead, sir.
The civil rights movement. a Edomite can file a lawsuit against you if you discriminate on him not being hired. But we are the last hired and the first fired, man. Like everything is working in the hands to be against us. Even our own people. Even our own people.
Right.
That's why this brotherhood class is so heavy. And I'm gonna continue to thank y'all, man. Like for real. I'm gonna continue to thank y'all for coming to this one body. Like
that's right,
man. Brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon, and we gotta continue to show the Most High that we care about each other.
Right.
Because a lot of brothers are still lost in the sauce, thinking that they Randy Moss, but they really fumbled and took a loss, man.
Right.
So guess what they can do? In the mighty words of Officer Wanyala, they can kick rocks with no socks, wearing flip-flops, because their arms ain't long enough to box with the Most High.
That's
right.
Slack.
Damn right.
Damn right, sir. Hey, man, so what up for tuning in. On that note, man, we're going to wrap up class, man. But big ups and thank you to the other priests and officers holding it down for Austin, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Officer Malakakia, Officer Tamakia, Officer myself, Officer Rosanna Yash. Big ups to our camp leader, Officer Wanyala, and of course our Captain Yatazak, man. The wisest man in Texas, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? Like we've already said it before. If you tune into class, like, subscribe, and share this class on as many social media platforms as possible. You are being held accountable for everything you learned today. Put it into practice. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Love your brothers and sisters. Come into class regularly. You know what I'm saying? We pray you go the extra step and defeat that demon of procrastination and reach out to your camp leader. Contact us. Brothers, we're all black. Do your 90 days, get your Hebrew name. Sisters, do your 6 months. Put into practice what it means to be a righteous sister, a virtuous sister. You know what I'm saying? We're raising up mighty men and righteous women in this truth, man. This is the I.S.U.P.K. We're not affiliated with no other Hebrew Israelite group. Give a damn about you, Israel, man. And if you could, Paul, go ahead and bring out the security announcement, man.
All right, Khan. So this is the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here. It's like it. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10 in the Hebrew. Ma'ishra, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which would be the memorial of blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, which will begin Monday the 6th, September 21. You can read about this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. Okay? Check your bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf. This is the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. Passing the class back over to Officer Razan.
The water off for that. Listen, Israel, thank you for tuning in. know what I'm saying? We'll be back tomorrow teaching the Wednesday law class for I.S.U.P.K. Austin. So I want to give a final salute and the water for all y'all for tuning in. For all the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. And to all the sisters, Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. With that, Israel, we're going to in and out our class with another UPK banger. The water for tuning in, Israel. We love y'all.
That's right.
Right. Kwame Yasharala.
Trying to touch the love, Israel. With an intellect school of universal and practical knowledge, out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding General Yohana. Look here, we got a safe haven for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and it's not in the Christian church, it's not in the Muslim mosque, it's not in the country community, but it is in the UPK. How we out of tell them to change the life. Hold on, street, they trying to get me. If they could, they get split me. I respect the game. He listen to the street, I move around, so it's hard to hit me in the highways and the byways. Do the Lord work, it ain't my way. Never will I celebrate no wicked pagan holidays. Cause we breaking commandments, some heathens living back. No shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster, don't eat none of that. Devil's proud and tall. Trump building that wall. It's the final call. Babylon fall. I'm so serious about these precepts. I memorize my family, my old friends. They see me, they be so surprised. I'm on that other level. I changed my life. I'm doing it right. Demons come back 7 times first. You gotta be ready for that fight. Selling your soul to the devil. That's something you can't afford. Ain't no game. You serve the Lord twice. You walk around with my sword. I'm energized. Gotta feel this enterprise. You see it all in my eyes. America full of the white lies. Open it off to the world hypnotized. I pray for a better day. Me and my brother did a stay. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I pray every single day. It's for the brothers in the UPK. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I pray for a better day. Me and my brother did a stay. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I pray every single day. It's for the brothers in the UPK. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I decided to be a Muslim with all of the pain my people went through. I was a Black Panther, but now I am. The hell with the red, black, and green, because now I know what it really means. And the conscious community is unconscious living in the dream. So I figured I'd be the walking. Ain't nobody stopping them till I heard Commanding General Yohana speak, and he dropped the gem. Who are the Israelites? I don't know. Out the street gang bang. Black Latinos, Native Indians. I found that out. It was a game changer. So I called Officer Shaq Yohana. He said, "Call Africa, huh?" He told me the I.S.U.P.K was on with the truth, second to none. Started off a young man, did my 90 days, ain't got my name. Everything I owe, I wasn't all black, I was a Superman. I worked real hard to get them demons off of my chest. Studied to show myself a proof I was had to take my officer's test. It was the Lord's will I passed, shattered alive, break the glass, to a Bible, I accept the task. Now I'm free from teaching class. I pray for a better day. Me and my brother did a stay. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors. I pray every single day. For the brothers in the UPK. And the Lord never go astray. I'm proud to say we're some warriors.
Ancient rose streets for the broken world. I am from holding your mom. Having me who gives it. I live what I
All right, Shalom, Israel.